Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the newsletter for this week. My name is Savania DeBarros, attorney, and the author of the best-selling book, What Are You Sporting About? Stories of victimization by police officers are stories that are common to Black people in America. I wish I could say that I've never experienced or seen cops batter my family. I wish I could say that I've never been mistreated by cops in the country that promised to serve and protect me, but I can't. Too often, Black people are forced to live in a culture that demonizes and promotes injustice against them. Never mind the hard work they exude to illustrate that we are not a threat. Never mind a young Black man or woman who are college educated. Never mind a young Black man who decides to leave his home for a morning jog. Never mind. It's like, never mind our lives because we don't matter. There's a reason that the Black Lives Matter movement began. To shout out to the rooftops that, hey, we matter too, y'all. Like, we have family and friends who love us too. We want to see our children grow up to have their own children and to reach their dreams. We want to see that for our families too. Our lives matter. But often we are still victimized and silenced by movements that occupy just to override our voices by saying blue lives matter and white lives matter or all lives matter. Well, duh. But clearly you don't get the point. Don't overshadow our message. If all lives mattered, Black men, women, and children wouldn't be gunned down for no apparent reason. If all lives matter, a white supremacist man wouldn't be able to gun down an entire church of people and be left standing and taking a McDonald's for food, man. If all lives mattered, a young Black woman sitting peacefully in her home wouldn't be gunned down by police officers executing a warrant at the wrong address. Come on now. I can go on and on for days because it's been my life. It's been my experiences of seeing my community suffering and emotionally traumatized from decades of injustice. And that is why I became a lawyer. I didn't even know that writing about my experiences and what are you sporting about would become so apparent in this day and age. Here's an excerpt I want to share with you. My aunt's son, probably in his late teens at the time, came running with his friends towards the house while I was outside playing one of those hot summer days. Then I saw two cops coming after them. The cops knocked the boys down to the ground and was hitting them with the batons. That day was so traumatic for me. I still live with that mental image and possibly will for the rest of my life. I ran inside to get my aunt and told her what was happening. We all came to the door. I remember yelling to the cops, "Get off my cousin!" I knew right then that I'd be a lawyer to right the wrongs of injustice. It wasn't until law school that I understood what type of lawyer I'd become. Y'all, this isn't an isolated scenario for most. We have remained patient, trying to be calm, trying to say they will get it one day. But will they? Will you? Will you continue to stand silent? If you stand silent to the injustices that are happening around you, you are clearly contributing to injustice everywhere. Be a voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. Be a voice for communities that for centuries have been silenced by racism, discrimination, underprivileged. Be a voice. Be a voice because our lives, our Black lives, our children's Black lives, our husbands' Black lives, our mothers' Black lives, our aunts' Black lives, our grandparents' Black lives, our lives, they do matter.